Hi, everyone. You are able to hear me? Hello. Great to see you, everyone, in this discussion. Okay. And yes, it is getting started. So I'm just setting up things. So okay. Let me set up a couple of more things for the event, and we are good to go. Hi, Arnav. Hi, Altmas. Hi, Shub, Shambul, Sunil, and Ravi Teja. Great to have all of you in this discussion. Hi, Harsh, Sachin. Great. We have so far 60 attendees in this class, and it is about to start. So, yeah, great. Let me, all right. Let me share my screen and get started. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Feel free to introduce yourself using the YouTube comments or chat. All right. Great. Wonderful to have everybody in this discussion. I'm so happy to see such great audience. Okay. And yes. The core idea is to give you a glimpse of career in AI and data science. Okay. And it's very important for everybody to know the career in this, specifically in today's time where almost every job is either the software or is, on a larger scale, the good paying jobs are in the technology. Okay, so this is extremely important. Okay, so wonderful. All right, we have we have Kishore Garg, a skill programs manager at Microsoft. Wonderful. And we have Arnab, wonderful, who is a data scientist. And yes, all right, yes. So uh, Professor Raksha, who was taking care of introducing the course to all of you, she will be joining a bit late. She is in transit, and she would probably join in and around an hour. Okay, so wonderful. And let's see, I'll try to answer your questions and give you a perspective of career in the AI and data science. And also, I would love to give you a brief sketch of how the landscape looks like. Okay, so great. Yes, and let me see if yes. Okay, just give me a moment and I'll be back. All right, perfect. All right. Okay, great. Wonderful to have, so many people in this session, around 70 here and more than 70 on YouTube channel. Okay, perfect. So yes, so the format is going to be a brief about the speakers, about IIT Roorkee, about CloudxLab, and then there will be an introduction to data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. And the data science and AI, the applications, is something that I want to emphasize on. And then there will be a brief intro to ChatGPT and a typical workflow of building an ML project. Okay. So we will go in this flow only. And whenever Professor is joining, then she can reintroduce you to IIT Roorkee and also give you an overview about the course. Okay. All right. All right. So it's approximately 2-hour session with there might be a 10 minutes break. Except for the speaker, everybody is on mute. And please use Q&A or chat to ask questions. The recordings in the slide will be shared after the session, but feel free to take screenshots or make notes. All right. Okay. So one of the speakers today is going to be Professor Raksha Sharma. She is a faculty in computer science department. Her past has been that she did PhD from IIT Bombay and is a research scientist into machine learning. And she worked before IIT Roorkee. She also worked at Tata Research Design and Development Center. All right. And about IIT Roorkee, I would let Professor Raksha introduce you to. But give you, I'm also an alumni of IIT Roorkee. It's probably one of the, the oldest technical institution in Asia, and it has been known for its engineering across the globe. Okay, so yeah. It is amongst the top institution. Again, I would let, yeah. About myself, I did my graduation in 2002 from IIT Roorkee. Then I have worked on large-scale computing, machine learning, AI, and software engineering at Amazon, InMobi, DE Shaw, and recently with DevRev. And I also founded a couple of companies in past. And I love explaining technologies, and I'm passionate about the machine learning and the software engineering in general. Okay, feel free to connect over LinkedIn, and yeah. So at the vision of CloudxLab is to upskill engineers and IT professionals in deep tech, in deep tech such as machine learning, deep learning, big data, or data engineering, and make them employable and future ready. And the CloudxLab, the playground has the one important part about CloudxLab is it has a playground. The playground comes on the right-hand side, the problem statement comes in the left-hand side. And when you solve these problems in the notebook, Jupyter notebook on the right-hand side, it automatically checks and gives you a feedback whether you did right or wrong. And of course, if you don't want to use this exercise or on top of these exercises, you can also just launch your own Python interpreter or any tool. It's your virtual lab where you can try all these technologies. It gives you a real world experience, and it provides central data sets. There's a seamless experience you don't have to do downloads, and you can connect using any device. CloudxLab also provides you with the whole environment where you basically can build your social profile, interact with other learners, and have a discussion forum. Okay. And then there's a dedicated job portal. We frequently conduct placement eligibility test. Some of you might have yesterday appeared for the placement eligibility test. And basically, once you clear the placement eligibility test, we connect to our hiring partners. But other than that, you can directly apply to the jobs that are posted on our platform. And all right. So do you guys have any questions before we start? And feel free to ask. I want to keep this as opening discussion, as I want to keep it like a open discussion whereby you can ask any questions. Okay. You can use the Q&A there. Huh. A question from Rahul is how much hours we have to dedicate every week to complete this course? What would be the requirement to complete this course? Okay, so the course is because this is a entire data science and AI course. Okay, so this is actually equivalent of a master's course anywhere you have, right, the MS or MSc. So this is a pretty big course. Therefore, the general recommendation is that spend at least 2 hours a day on learning, and yes, you have to complete at least 80% of the course for being eligible for the certificate. All right. A question from anonymous attendees: is getting into IIT everything in life? Not really. Getting what I mean, our perspective is being able to solve problems and live happily in your life is everything. And doing these courses or going to a good institute is only a way to, have, solving some problem for people, building a product for people, and when you solve a problem or you building a product or deliver a service to people, it essentially means that you become eligible to be paid by the people, and that gives you a good life in general. So I think that would be my perspective. All right, although this is a very tangential question, but I think I respect the question, and I hope I was able to answer the question. Okay, what is the start date of this program? The start date, I think that would be mentioned on the website. I think it would be somewhere like 15-20 days from today. Okay. What's the difference between PG and others? Basically, this is a PG certificate course. The PG certificate course means that this course is attended after the graduation, and it is a big equivalent of any MS or MSc out there. Okay, of course, this course is approximately 12 months, and so you have to be right. You have to essentially spend 12 months learning all the technologies, and yeah, because there's a lot of innovation that has happened in the technology, specifically in software engineering, machine learning, data engineering, data sciences. So you need to dedicate a good amount of time to, be eligible for the jobs involving data science and AI. All right. What is the eligibility criteria? Our general eligibility criteria for this course is that you should have a graduation degree. Okay. And you should have a, graduation degree, and you should know the basics of maths. Okay. Because it involves a slight bit of understanding of calculus. So even though I'll be refreshing it, and we will have the sessions on differential calculus, but still expectation is that you should be comfortable with basic maths. 11th, 12th grade maths, you should be comfortable with. Okay. All right. What's the end date? End date is going to be 1 year after the start. Okay. So will IIT Roorkee provide course completion certificate? Yes, IIT Roorkee will provide course completion certificate. IIT Roorkee will provide statement of marks with an equivalence of the credits, and which is verifiable certificate. Okay. And yes, one very important part is that as part of this course, you have to, one, complete the course. Second, you have to submit the project. Towards the end, there is a project submission that you have to do. If you don't do that, it becomes impossible for IIT to give the course completion certificate, because you have to prepare you have to solve a machine learning project, prepare the presentation, prepare the report, and then give the presentation, and then there is a viva. So towards the end, there is immersion program in IIT Roorkee campus. So you have to go to IIT Roorkee campus and do these. Okay, so it's a part of it's a part of the process. Okay, so those who are outside India, okay, they can attend the immersion program and they can give their presentation online, but you have to explicitly certify that you are outside India. A question is CloudxLab free to use? Most of our content you can find online on our website. Most of it is free, but the lab, since we pay to Google's and Amazon's for the hosting, so lab, we can't give it for free. Okay. All right. A question from Rahul is, how would be the classes running in PG, AI, ML, and DS certificate course? And what would be my options if I am overseas? These classes are online because most of the candidates are joining from everywhere. So the classes are online. Professors will be joining online, and they will be teaching these classes. And the people also, the lecturers are from industry and from IIT, and the quiz and everything will be conducted online during the course, and the exercises, everything will be delivered online. Okay, it's only towards the end there will be an immersion program, but if you are in outside such as Australia, you will have to attend and present your project online. Okay, good question. Our question is it supposed to cover the theoretical aspect from scratch, or do we need to already have some sort of basic knowledge? So, okay, let me put it this way. If you have a good basic knowledge, then the basics that we are covering will be easy for you. Okay. But our agenda is that we try as much as possible to cover basic theoretical aspects in the beginning of the course. Like the course starts with a course on Python, lots of exercises on Python, then fundamental of maths, then fundamental of like maths, linear algebra, statistics, and then the fundamentals of data processing using pandas and NumPy. And then we basically in this course get on to building a full-fledged machine learning project, okay, which is guided so that everybody gets an overall picture of how would you solve a machine learning problem by building an end-to-end project. Okay, this is something that I strongly recommend, that everybody must start with a project, so that when the theoretical aspect of individual machine learning model is covered, you will be in the context of what's going on. So the starting of the project is basically the one that we cover in the class is about the predicting the house price in California. And then you are given in case of CloudxLab, you are given lots of exercises. I can show you this part. Okay, I can show you this part. Okay. All right, give me a moment. So I'm just showing you another candidate from the different course. So you can see that these are the way it happens is one, the course overview, then the lab overview, then get started with various tools. This is also, these are all complementary courses. And then the session recording, whatever lectures are getting recorded will be like every class, even the live class like this one, will be recorded and also be made available in LMS. And the resources of the needed class will be made available here. Then the course starts with something called Linux Basics. I have seen the success of my candidates who finished Linux very high. Therefore, we start the course with Linux Basics. And uh, those who are already aware of Linux Basics, they will be able to finish it in like 20 minutes because this is a hands-on course. So you have to solve these exercises like create directory and everything in the lab. So on the right-hand side, you will have to solve these courses, these questions. Only then it will let you go ahead. Okay. So I'm just logging in and giving you a demo. Okay. So it's a very holistic course. Okay. And there will be a team that supports it. Okay. So I'm just logged in as one of the learners. So it says that create a directory. If I probably there is already a directory. Okay. Yeah. And I'm just submitting this after deleting the directory. So it'll say, oh, it's wrong. You have not done it. Okay. It says directory not found. And when I say create a directory, the one that it is asking, then it. So everything in the course is very hands-on. We want everybody to become hands-on because those days are gone when people got the jobs just for being theoretical. Okay. So, and also you can't really learn theory without getting a full understanding of the the real world experience. Okay. So Linux, then you have Git is another tool that is used for in real organizations. When you're joining as a data scientist, you'll be expected that you know Git already. And there are two levels of Git. One is advanced and other is the getting started one. Then we have Python, foundations of Python. This one covers entire of Python. And in live lectures also we'll cover Python, and we'll focus more and more on live lectures in problem solving. Okay. So my request to everybody will be that don't be averse to coding. Just pay more and more attention. I mean, everywhere in every job as of today, you are expected to know programming. Whether you are experienced like myself, even though I'm a 20 years of experience in industry, 21 years of experience, and still when I go to let's say I go for an interview at Google, they will ask me to code. Okay. And it's an important part to understand that even the most senior engineers, most senior program managers are expected to know programming if you're working in machine learning and software engineering. Because in earlier days, the engineers were not available, but nowadays there are lots of engineers available. So every company hires the one that know programming over those who don't, even in the sales, even in marketing. So my honest request is to get comfortable with Python. Okay. I mean, of course, it doesn't mean that, you know, that solves all the problems, but when you know Python, you'll be able to move to any programming language very quickly. Or because almost all programming languages are similar, you can usually move around, but Python is good to get started with. Okay. Then you have a project on Python, then there is a SQL tutorial, there's a library called NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib. At this time, we also study the linear algebra in the class. Okay, how do you like what's the meaning of matrix multiplication and everything? So whatever is the prerequisite needed, you have to do. The one that many people skip is the SQL tutorial. So again, when you are working as data analyst or data scientist, you are expected to know SQL because most of the structured data can be processed using SQL. Afterwards, the machine learning starts. Here, the basics of machine learning, then the introduction to AI and machine learning, then the typical process of machine learning. So these three topics are overlapping. They give you a clear perspective of what machine learning and AI looks like. The generative AI you might be hearing is just part of AI and machine learning already. Afterwards, the entire focus goes on to building end-to-end projects. This one is a regression project, then there is another regression project, then there is a very beginner-friendly project, and so on. So you will see that there's a lot of focus. This is another project. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this one also it starts with a big project. So 7 end-to-end machine learning project, because we believe that understanding machine learning project is like 90% of the machine learning solved. Okay, and then this is another project on classification. This is a project on classification, and then the fundamentals of models. How do actually machines learn? That is covered here, going forward. And these are the questions related to the chapters, so do not skip the questions. And then after we have finished the classic machine learning, we start with there is a unsupervised machine learning here, which is not mentioned. So there is an unsupervised machine learning chapter. And then there is the neural network will start. And afterwards, after neural networks, there will be how do you train neural networks? How would you handle TensorFlow, and so on. So basically, the neural network is going to be learned entirely in the second part of the course. Okay. And again, there are lots and lots of projects. Most of them are real engineering projects that you need to do, that you need to solve in order to learn. Like here, there's a project on predicting stock price using the deep neural networks. Okay. And then we basically cover natural language processing. This is where you will learn a lot about the generative AI. Okay, generative AI, ChatGPT, OpenAI, not from the perspective of using it, from the perspective of if you have to build a thing like ChatGPT, or how does it work internally. Then there is a reinforcement learning, and then here we have a good course on the big data engineering. Those who are interested, they can deep dive into it. We have a decent amount of content on this. Those who want to just go over basics, it's up to you. Okay, so this is I hope I answered your question correctly. All right. So a question from Rajendra is that the start date keep changing on the website. I'm waiting for a date since a month. Yeah. So start date, yes, there are multiple things, because there are multi-party. These courses are multiple party. There is IIT, there is CloudxLab, there are other instructors who are third party. So we have to strike a balance between them, and that's why there is a change in the start date. Okay. Question is, as a student with some background in pharmacy, I would like to know if the course will be helpful for me or not. Okay. So if you are planning to go into the data science part of the pharmacy, specifically, most of the the drug industry actually uses a lot of data science. Okay. And yeah, so I think having a course certificate slash program experience is going to be helpful for you in upgrading career. Okay, just I would request that be comfortable, make yourself comfortable with programming and a bit of maths, and everything is going to be okay. Okay. Is this course a live teaching course or recorded? So we have both. We have recorded sessions as well as we have the live teaching sessions. So usually what people do is they watch the recorded sessions and utilize the live classes for getting the questions answered. Okay. And of course, the instructor makes sure that if a certain topic is not clear, they basically reiterate over the topic in the live class. Is it for working professional? Yes, this course is for working professional. And this is strictly designed for working professionals because almost everybody who comes to the class is basically working somewhere. And that's why it is capped on weekends. It is capped in off hours. Okay. And you don't need to take a break from your work in order to start this course. A question from Chaitanya is, I have a gap of 8 years due to family commitments. Still, can I take the course? If I take up this course, any chance? Of course, of course. So good question. And this question is asked by many people. Now, here is a very, very important aspect to know. There are quite a few people who basically take gap in their careers of 5 years, 6 years, 10 years due to the family commitments, right? And this has happened like with more than 50% people I have met, they have basically taken a gap. Now, if you, at this point of time, if you try to get back to the same technology in which you were working there that time, right? You will find yourself left behind already because in that particular technology, either it's obsolete or it's overcrowded. Let's say you were data analyst or you were an DBA at some point of time in past. You were a DBA in past. And now if you try to go back to DBA, you will basically find that is just too overcrowded. Similarly, if you were, let's say, VBA developer and you're trying to get back, you may find that there are no job, right? So the better technique over there is look at what is newer and harder and learn that part, and then you'll be able to compete. Like, for example, most of the working professionals do not have an understanding, do never get an understanding in their job about machine learning. They do not get an understanding in their job about, say, data sciences. What they usually do is if you were working in SQL, you'll continue to work in SQL, and then you will not get a chance to essentially develop yourself until and unless you put a conscious effort. Okay. So what you need to do is, like, every time a newer technology comes in, it is a big boon for people who have taken a break. So therefore, the machine learning and data sciences, or AI, is one such tech where you, as well as somebody with 10 years of experience, are on the same level playing field. They are also new to this new tech, and you are also new to this new tech. So I think the only way to get back to the job, specifically in software engineering, is by the way of, upskilling yourself into a new tech, which is new for everyone. All right. How would this course help me build career in AI, ML, and data science? If you're working as IT infrastructure from last start of your career. Okay. Okay. So again, let's say you're working in IT infrastructure from the beginning. Okay. Now, with these kind of courses, specifically the one that are based deep in the foundations, Okay. You will be able to either move to a software engineering side, you'll be able to move to data science side, or you will be able to upgrade your current job, say IT infrastructure, into that involves both parts. Okay. And that is something that's something very, very important to know. Okay. And so I think, I mean, no matter where you are, whether you are in IT industry or non-IT industry, I believe that, not only believe that, but given the data that so many jobs are there for the people in data sciences or AI or machine learning or data analytics, I'm pretty convinced that you will be able to upgrade your career. Okay. Okay. Good question. They're very important questions. I think I'm guessing that it is useful for everyone. Okay. All right. So, great, great. Let me. Okay. So Professor Raksha is joined. I'm making her panelist. Okay. And wonderful. Great. Welcome, Professor Raksha. I'm just answering people's questions. There are 7 questions, and most of these questions are related to the career. And yeah, okay, wonderful. And all right, all right, all right. Let me make my teammates also panelist. Okay. All right, wonderful. Okay, great. I put everybody as a co-host. Now, let's see. Okay, a question, very important question. I have gone through a few data scientist job roles, and the skill set is pretty much changing from domain to domain and sometimes entirely different. How does this course help us to equip for various disciplines? Okay, very important question. Very important questions. So for each of these parts, let's say some people are going with Python. Let's say there is a job that doesn't involve Python and that involves, say, Java. Okay. Now there could be another job that doesn't expect you to know TensorFlow, but they are more of a PyTorch. Some people might not use SQL. Instead, they are using R. Okay. Now, most important part is that all the fundamentals that you are going to learn in this course, they are going to apply as is across the tools, across the technologies, and so on. Like, for example, the end-to-end machine learning project, this one, right? Whether you do it in Python, using scikit-learn, whether you do it using R or using some other technique, the fundamentals are going to stay same. And as you study the subject, by the time you finish the subject, and you look at a data scientist role, you'll be able to say that, oh, this is the same thing that I already know. Okay. And therefore, you'll be able to apply. Okay. And also keep in mind that most of the jobs will be a subset of this course. Some people might only focus on SQL and data analysis part. Some people might want to focus on classic machine learning. Some people might want to do the deep learning, and some people might want to stay focused only on one chapter of this one. Okay, so it's a most holistic course, and some people might just want to this could be another job of data engineer or big data engineer, and so on. So there are various job roles that this course caters to, and it is a well researched from the perspective of people's careers. Okay, all right, you are saying that this 1 year course is equivalent to master's degree. Could you please tell me, can I eligible to apply for PhD in AI topics with this course? Good question. So see, from the perspective of individual institution, like let's say there is a institution which is offering PhD, right? From the knowledge perspective, like the understanding of machine learning and deep learning, you will become eligible to do PhD in AI. And I can guarantee this part personally. But legality wise, they might put a hard restriction saying you must have MS from this institution or these many credits or so on. But knowledge perspective, there have been like 3 of the MTechs from IIT Bombay who were working with me like they basically joined as a PhD scholar with my friend in IIT Bombay, and they were working on my project. So I asked them to join this course because their masters at their MTech's experience did not involve machine learning. So it becomes so yes, with this knowledge, technically you will become eligible, but the college or university might have their own restrictions. Okay. Having said that, there would be quite a few students in this class who are doing their master's somewhere in US, Germany, or in India, and they are also enrolled in this course to learn the subject. So, and it's very common. It's very, very common that for their PhD or for their understanding of the complete machine learning one, this course serves as a good source of knowledge. Okay. All right. A question is, I have applied for data science exam conducted by GATE. If I crack that exam and complete this course, so what will be the future opportunity with me? You'll be able to get a pretty good job, I can say, that if you are able to do an MTech along with the real knowledge, as I just now said, that along with a good certificate and good knowledge on the subject, you'll be able to clear the interviews of top companies, Google, Facebook, and so on. So my suggestion will be that study for the knowledge, and they'll help you. Okay. A question is, do we get placement support as such with the IIT Roorkee course from CloudxLab? Yes, from CloudxLab, we basically connect you to various recruiting companies. The way we do it is that we conduct our placement eligibility test, like the one we conducted yesterday. And what we do is basically, because we have lots of students and some of them do not finish the course and so on. So we basically keep a same exam for all of them. But the people in this class, usually they have to, specifically those who are working for statement of marks, those who enroll for statement of marks, they usually perform well. So we usually connect them to the various companies. Okay. Question from Sunil. What about career opportunities in data science? There are immense. If you look at Indeed.com, they look at LinkedIn, you'll find so many jobs being posted every day. Okay. So I think most of the software engineering job, most of the IT job have moved to the data science or machine learning. Okay. Even today, if there is a company which is hiring, the people expect every software engineer to know the machine learning now, specifically after the recent innovations. Okay. Does this course cover applying unsupervised machine learning in multi-dimension? If so, then what is the maximum dimension? Okay. All right. So, this part you will learn that most of the models can handle any number of dimensions. Okay. Depending upon the memory, depending upon the CPU, it is how the models are built. So, I mean, we have a chapter on unsupervised machine learning, and we have a detailed discussion on dimensions and so on. And handling multiple dimensions, you will get a picture that how do you do that? Reducing dimensions and so on, you will learn. So don't worry about it. Okay. There is no such thing as maximum dimension. It is only the upper limit on your data. Okay. Question is, can you please elaborate on data science in drug industry career path? So if you see, the drug discovery is a fairly data intensive process. Okay. So if you are into drug discovery or drug adoption, even drug adoption is very data intensive process. And most of the people actually, most of the data science careers actually started from the drug industry. Okay. So be assured that if you are in drug industry and you have a good understanding of data, data sciences, as well as the analytics, you will do a pretty good job in the industry. Okay. And there are quite a few data scientist roles in drug industry that I know of. Okay. A question is, kindly clarify my question, which is posted on webinar chat window. Which one is that? Okay, that's from Madhusudan. All right, let me see. I have not seen. This is your first question, Madhusudan. Yeah, so feel free to ask. Okay. All right. A question is, I'm a fresher. How I got internship? How I got internship in Java at home? I think you can start applying to various companies. There are quite a few companies online that provide you internship. Okay. All right. Great. Wonderful. Wonderful set of questions. All right. All right. So, yeah. Hi, Professor Raksha. You want to take? Are you available?
Yeah, hi, Sandeep. Sorry, there is little delay from my side. Okay. I am Raksha Sharma from IIT Roorkee. I'm assistant professor in computer science department of IIT Roorkee. And I did my PhD in 2017 from IIT Bombay. And I have worked for Tata Research Design and Development Center, Pune for around 1.5 years. And post that, I joined IIT Roorkee's computer science department. So I will be your instructor from IIT Roorkee's side. If required, we may have 1 or 2 lectures by some other expert faculty, but I will be the faculty for most of the topics in the course. And along with Sandeep and other people from CloudxLab. And yeah, Sandeep, can you please change the slide?
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
So here is little about the IIT Roorkee. So although most of you might be aware of the good history of IIT Roorkee, It is an oldest technical institution in Asia, which was established in 1847. It offers bachelor's degree in 11 programs, 11 core branches, but now we have few centers also like Mehta Family School for Data Science, and we have a center for sustainable energy, and they have also started recently their bachelor programs. And we have a postgraduate degree in 55 disciplines and or slightly more than that, because we continuously keep on adding research areas when we are having good students who are ready to work in different areas. So, and we are 22 departments with well-equipped lab infrastructure and a central library. Library is like a world-class library. In case, I think as part of this course, you will get chance to visit institute. That time you can explore library and all. And so every year, students from more than 50 countries join IIT Roorkee for full-time or short-term training courses. So when it comes to ranking, IIT Roorkee has been first as per citations per faculty in QS World University ranking. So for citation per faculty, this indicates towards our research background, how much we are able to publish the work and what quality work we are able to do. So in that, from that parameter, we are first institute all over the world. And as per NIRF ranking, which is national ranking, we are sixth among all engineering colleges. There are 5 other IITs which are above us. And among university ranking, we come between 1 to 20 within India. In general. So in Asian university ranking from Times Higher Education, we are 83rd. And in overall ranking by NIRF, we are 9 among all engineering universities or all the universities as per 2020's NIRF record.
Perfect. This I have already talked about.
Okay, that's good.
And yeah, we were starting with like overview of data science, but I think what people like the questions mostly are around the course. So I will move on to the course details. Okay, and yeah, or I'm just jumping a bit into the course programs. Course details. Okay. Yeah. So basically this is a kind of an inauguration or an intro about for this course. Yeah, this is going to be a 12 months blended learning program. There will be 20 plus projects, and there will be 1 year of CloudxLab access. There will be an immersion program at IIT Roorkee, lifetime access to the course material, as well as there will be a PG certificate from IIT Roorkee. And the CEC here, CEC is a continuing education center, which is basically at IIT Roorkee. Continuing education center is the one that is designed for any continuing education need, and this is the this is a core part of the IIT Roorkee. And there is of course a scholarship under various buckets, and this will be very important part. This course will cover data science, data engineering, and the AI topics such as machine learning, and we will be covering the ChatGPT architecture, stable diffusion architecture, as well as the deep learning. Of course, the engineering side of the large language models, such as how do you use LangChain, vector databases, how do you do the prompt engineering to achieve what is there. So this is probably the most updated course in the domain, most updated and extensive course. Okay, so all right. I think with that, there are some open questions. Let me see. A question from Rahul is, can I be eligible to do PhD from IITR after successfully completing this course? Professor Raksha, you want to take up this question? I think, yeah.
So, Rahul, um, if you have done master's program, because admission in PhD is possible if you have master's degree from some university. So this course is independent. This is more professional course. You will be trained for professional career through this course. But if you want to take admission in PhD, that is, you are eligible without even doing this course. This course will enhance your skills for the PhD. It might help you in learning because you have taken this course, so that this will create the background. But if you are having master's degree, then in few branches, you may check the brochure. It is not necessarily computer science. You can have master's degree in electrical, as well as data science, as well as computer science, and some equivalent branches. Now we are having bachelor's and master's in artificial intelligence also in some universities. So you can apply for PhD as per the process of IIT Roorkee. And this course will help you to build skills for the PhD program. So that will help you in the learning process. You will be having base to start your PhD. And if you want to apply for PhD, you can apply anytime.
Okay, okay. Rahul's follow-up point was that I did my MBA from Australia. Okay.
Yeah. So, Rahul, actually, you need a Master's of Technology or Masters of Science degree from other countries from abroad, because they don't have MTech program. But MBA can do PhD in the management department. So you are eligible for the management department, and management has many faculties who are taking PhD candidates for data science, artificial intelligence, because they also have, and I think you would be aware of these research topics where machine learning and deep learning can be applied to administer or to manage the data set. So machine learning is a valid course for management background people also, and there are many faculties who are considering PhD candidates from this background. So you are currently eligible for applying in a management department. You can check the details on IIT Roorkee's website. There is brochure available for the admission. But for computer science or for engineering branches, you are supposed to have masters in related branches only. So if
okay. So I think there is one I remember in IIT, there is something like executive, like PhD for people with experience. I think you can check that out also. So
that is also available. So one is with 2 years of experience, and another is with extensive professional category, where you are supposed to have 12 years of experience. If you have 12 years of experience, that's independent channel of admission. And if you are having 2 years of experience, that is independent channel. They both have some related requirements also. But with 12 years of experience, that's like little straight entry. So you may check both the ways.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Professor Raksha. That was a well-rounded answer. A question from Madhusudan is, this is Dr. N. Madhusudan. AI and ML techniques, I just found the actual question from the chat, are going to play an important role in 6G. Okay, most of these techniques are correlated with analytical approximation to predict the estimate. Data science can be approximated using numerical expressions. I'm very new to data science and basically from wireless communication. How can I proceed this, data science or AI ML for wireless scenario? So you are right. It's mostly numeric approximations, but there are quite a few good tools that have come up, good techniques and good science behind the numeric approximations. that has come up in past few years. So, and that science remains same, whether you are doing wireless, you are doing the electrical, you are doing the mechanical. So that science remains same. So I think you'll be able to take the advantage of machine learning and deep learning, even in the wireless with the same course. Okay. I hope that answers your question. A question from Sujit is, how can a data architect take leverage from the this course? Yeah, data architect can take the leverage because so half of the part is covered for you, right? There you are good to go with SQL, you're good to go with data engineering, right? Now the time, like once I'll cover this part towards the end, that given the given the data, first you need to clean it and organize it. That part you have already done. Now comes the analysis part, and then comes building the models part, and then comes the building the AI models part. So those parts is something that you will learn. So you basically it will add to your spectrum, or horizon. All right. I hope I answered the question. I think uh, uh, I would say, Professor, that you can just give an overview of what is machine learning and so on. Rest I'll take care from here. And
should I share from my system, or is it?
yeah, either one is fine with me. I think that'll be quicker. I'll just give you the link.
Yeah.
So I've shared the link with you on the chat, so you can. All right. So I think from this, from slide number 17.
Okay.
I mean, from the data science side, 15 to yeah, 15 to 29, you can take. Rest I'll take care.
Yeah. So data science is a collection of there are many terminologies which are given on this page. Data science is a collection of scientific methods, it's a collection of processes, it's a collection of algorithms, it's a collection of systems. So you don't have to confuse with all these terminologies. It is like data science is a set of methods, okay, which we call at times processes, we call it at times algorithms, at times we call it system. Okay, depending on in which phase we are. If we are before implementation, we call it method. If we have started implementation, we call it process. When our entire architecture is ready, we can say algorithm is ready. When we have implemented, we will say system is ready. Okay, so all these four you can consider as one for now, and it is a collection of different techniques, different methods. Okay, so we will be covering most of them one by one. Okay, starting from foundational topics or fundamental topics to deep neural network, advanced algorithms. Okay, and the purpose of data science is to extract knowledge and insights from the many structured and unstructured data. Okay, by structured data, we mean that when data is arranged in the form of columns. Unstructured data, the kind of data which you are seeing on the right hand side in the image which is given on the right hand side, that we don't have fixed structure, but if you want to extract some information, probably more important keywords or something like that, then this kind of data is unstructured data. Okay, so we will see more details when we start the course. We will be discussing all these things in the details. And yeah, so the purpose of data science is to extract knowledge and insight from structured or unstructured data. Data science, we can assume like it is a subset of multiple courses in the background. Okay, so some part of mathematics is there, some part of statistics is there, some part of information science is there, some part of domain knowledge is there, some part of computer science is there. Okay, depending on what technique we are learning, where we are applying machine learning. For example, if you are applying machine learning in healthcare, okay, then you need to have domain knowledge from the healthcare. Okay, suppose you are simply understanding linear regression, then you need to have little knowledge of statistics or mathematics. Okay, so it is a combination of where computer science will come. Computer science will come when you have to implement it, when you have to learn a programming language. Okay, so it's an interdisciplinary field which is having component of all the courses, and we will be discussing the required components throughout the course. Okay. Then, yeah, again, there are multiple terminologies which has slight difference. First was data science. Now we have machine learning. Okay. What is the difference between these two? Data science itself is a complete package. It will employ machine learning also, as well as it will ask you to have domain knowledge also, where you are applying machine learning and what kind of output you are expecting. Okay, so that the complete package becomes data science, where you are solving a complete problem statement, which is a real life problem statement. But machine learning is a set of techniques only. Okay, it will be algorithms only which you will be applying to perform data science. Okay, so machine learning is a field of study that gives machine learning has a specific property. That's why it is called learning. Okay, and what is the property that can be seen in this definition? It is the ability of computers to learn without being explicitly programmed. We won't be giving the logic. Okay, the way suppose I ask you to write a program to get factorial of a number. Okay, you all can derive the logic and you can write the code to find factorial of a number. Okay, but if I ask you to find out what should be the salary of the, what should be the increment in the salary of the existing employees, there is no logic. Okay, but we can make machine to learn the function which will predict the salary of an employee. Or if I ask you to predict the stock price, there is no logic. But we can, by seeing, by giving the past record, we can ask machine to learn yourself what should be the stock price for the coming days. Okay, so it is the ability of the computer to learn without being explicitly programmed. That is machine learning. That's why it is an independent course. This definition is by Arthur Samuel, which was given in 1959. Okay. Let's understand machine learning with some real world examples. So this is a game of Mario, which you all might have played in your childhood or some time back. And so how much time did it take you to learn and win the princess? Okay, by practicing any game, you would have noticed that you are able to win the game very easily. So you learned from your own experiences. There was no fixed logic to win the game. Okay, this process is called machine learning. So can computer also learn the game by itself and play? Actually, yes, computer does this thing. It will play 1,000 times until it learns from its mistake where I'm making the mistake, and at last it will be able to learn how to win. Okay. So what it does, it observes the game and yeah.
Can you click on that? Does it work? Not working? Okay, it's working.
It will show how the game is being learned. Okay, how the game is making progress. Okay, this is after 2 days. It will be little better. It is able to make progress. Then after a few weeks, So this way machine makes progress, okay, from its own experiences. By playing against itself again and again, it learns how to make progress. Okay, the way we human being learn, the machine learning is exactly the same process. Okay. Now another term, what is artificial intelligence? So I told you that data science was a complete package to extract information which is useful for the community. Machine learning is a set of techniques. Now here it comes artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a very big umbrella. It comprises data science, it comprises machine learning, it comprises natural language processing, it comprises computer vision, it comprises game theory, and many other topics. There is one more, knowledge extraction, okay, and knowledge graph generation. There are many courses which come under artificial intelligence. AI is a very vast subject which is hard to cover within one book. If you have noticed, AI's book are very thick, but still many things are not covered. They are in just in brief. Chapters are in brief. They are not describing all the topics in detail. Okay, so that's artificial intelligence. So when we see these in terms of which are part of each other, AI is a very big umbrella. It has many other things. We are having machine learning, which is some part of artificial intelligence, and it has some software support also. Okay, with machine learning, we develop a small software which is able to perform a certain type of task, and machine learning inside has deep learning. So deep learning is not independent from machine learning. It is a set of techniques which implements deep neural networks. Okay, deep neural network is a type of machine learning algorithm. Okay, so deep learning is not independent from machine learning. It is a subset of techniques from machine learning. Okay, and earlier there were rule-based programming also, which we were using to solve real-life problems. Okay, now we have shifted to machine learning, but there are still few problems which cannot be solved by machine learning. Whenever we have lack of data, we had to prefer rule-based systems. Okay, so this is still existing and worth studying topic, rule-based programming. But so in our course, we will be focusing mainly on machine learning, okay, which will be inherently covering deep learning. So let's see the uses of machine learning. So we are seeing that every industry is trying to predict. They are trying to predict what can be the output, okay, be it automobile industry or be it health industry or be it e-commerce organizations. They are trying to predict. Unfortunately, we have enough data to get the predictions with the help of machine learning algorithms. Okay, so the overall purpose of machine learning is to see what we are not able to see currently from the data. Okay, so we are talking about manufacturing industry, so they try to predict which products to manufacture, okay, which can be the demand of the industry, or where we are lacking, where we are spending a lot of time in physical manufacturing, which can be replaced by the machine learning. Which process optimization to be done? If some process is there, then which process we should target to optimize so that we can make the overall working of the machine efficient. What price of the product to be kept? Okay, so predicting the price of the product, considering the market, considering the old prices, okay, many other parameters might be there. Okay, these are few examples where prediction can be done in the manufacturing industry. And then we come to agriculture industry. So agriculture is very rich in applying machine learning. They are having many problems, many problems, and many are not defined. We can come up with our own problem. Okay, first example is which crops to grow, what would be the prices of the produce, what process to follow. Okay, so such questions can be answered by machine learning, and there can be many other problem statements in the agriculture industry. Then healthcare industry, again, healthcare industry is again such an industry which is using machine learning very very heavily, but healthcare industry is little sensitive. We need to be very accurate if we are applying machine learning to solve health related problems. Okay, so it has a demand of machine learning, but with lot of care. Okay, so predict the disease based on symptoms. Okay, predict what kind of disease it can be, which drugs are effective, how can a pandemic be stopped, which operating procedure is most effective. Okay, such questions can be answered by machine learning, but with utmost care. So every industry is trying to predict using machine learning. So these are the few examples from the domains. And now we are having language models like ChatGPT and very versions of GPT starting from 1, 2, 3, 4. These are large language models. We are having many other also which are not in practice, which are not very much in use in practice. While ChatGPT we have started using heavily because of the GUI which is available to us. Yeah. Sandeep, would you like to take?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Professor Raksha. This was very insightful and very useful. I think somebody also left a comment, Madhusudan, and it was a wonderful session. Great. All right. Thank you again. I will share my screen and we'll continue from here. Okay. Yeah. Great. Great. Thank you. And in continuation with what Professor Raksha said, that essentially machine learning is being used in every vertical. Okay. And there is a recent thing, the phenomena that you must have seen is ChatGPT or GPT-4. Essentially, if you look at the entire history, probably ChatGPT or large language model, we call them, they are basically the most intelligent system we built. Okay. And it's not coded, right? Right. The long back when people were, making, this is a part of natural language processing, which is essentially, again, machine learning now. When it was not machine learning, it was hand-coded based on the grammar. It never worked. It never worked. There is a history that which says, like, the language translator were never this good. It never worked. Okay. It is only with the machine learning and deep learning that now the systems like ChatGPT are made. I'm sure that most of you have. Raise your hand if you have used ChatGPT. Please raise your hand if you've used ChatGPT in past. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Wonderful. Quite a few people have used it already. Okay. Now I'm lowering the hands. Okay. Wonderful. Like maximum people have used it. If you have not used it, you should try it. Okay. Again, ChatGPT is a big example of deep neural network. We will be studying this in the course, and it is essentially utilizing natural language processing with deep neural networks to answer a question. Okay, to answer a question. We had a separate discussion earlier in which we talked about how exactly ChatGPT works, but we'll keep it for a separate time. But keep in mind that as part of this course, we'll be covering details such that you will understand how would you build your own ChatGPT. We had one exercise as part of the course where we built a Shakespeare as in we made it read through all the Shakespeare books, and then we gave it a prompt and it was able to complete that prompt and write like Shakespeare. And that was part of our exercise even before ChatGPT came. Okay. So this course has been, quite exhaustive, and we keep on adding new things and removing older things from the course. Okay. Now moving ahead. So One very important part I want to discuss is, as somebody has asked already, that I am a data architect. What are the things that I should do? I think those kind of questions can be answered with this very important flow. A typical workflow in industry is this, because machine learning requires data, correct? And machine learning is the only way to do the predictions. Okay, so first and foremost, you as part of the industry, what you do is you gather data. Now, for gathering data, what do you need? You need a lot of storage, and this is where the storage systems, such as databases, NoSQLs, HDFS, Kafka, HBase, these things come into play. This is part of data engineering. Then comes a part where we do the cleaning. Cleaning means, let's say there are a lot of records that are irrelevant to us. So we drop those records. Or we structure the data from plain text to tabular. That is part of the cleaning, or we sometimes call it ETL, extract, transform, and load. So and these things, there are quite a few tools that are available. And out of these, like the most famous tools for large data, if your data is, say, hundreds of terabytes of data, you would require things like Spark or MapReduce, Hadoop, and so on. For smaller data, there was Informatica, Microsoft, there were smaller tools. But for bigger data, you need Spark or Databricks and so on. Then comes then you do a basic analysis, right? Find the average of this, find the maximum of this, find the biggest window, largest window, and so on. You basically look at the data and do the basic analysis. Okay. Then comes the predictive part of it, or you sometimes call it predictive analytics or machine learning, where looking at the historical data, you are predicting something. You are also, let's say, categorizing, classifying, or clustering the data. So that is using the ML algorithms. For that, you use scikit-learn, MLlib, and so on. Then, once you have done that, there would be a requirement that we want more sophisticated models, such as, say, example, ChatGPT. There comes the need of understanding the deep neural network. And these things are done using PyTorch, TensorFlow. You need to understand how regression algorithms are working, fine-tuning those, and so on. And then you need to put them into production. Right? Once you have built the model, what you will do, you will take this and put it in on a website or host it like a service that everybody can use and so on, put it on a server. This part is called DevOps. Okay. You might want to build a mobile app. You might want to build a website. So you require the software engineering skills. So what you see is on the right-hand side, this part is the software engineering / DevOps. This part is AI and machine learning and deep learning. This part is the data analytics job. And this part is a data engineering job. So there are many job roles, part of a single project. But as per the way we have designed the courses, we have designed the course thinking that you should know almost everything up to here and the basics of this part. Okay, this part we are not covering too much, but we teach you how to build a website or how to host a model as a web application that other people can use. So this part, we have 3 projects that cover this part. And we also cover like detailed programming language so that you can handle. Rest of these things are covered in detail so that you have a detailed understanding of solving an end-to-end data science / machine learning / data analytics / data engineering problem in industry. Okay. So there are plenty of career options in machine learning engineer, data scientist, machine learning researcher. And as part of the machine learning engineer, that's the role, the ideal role we hope for after people finish our course. Of course, data scientist is one role, but the data scientist as a role has been badly abused. So, I mean, you'll find everybody calls themselves data scientist. What we focus on is a machine learning engineer. This is a more real role. The people who I had at Amazon, or people who like when a software engineer becomes a senior, they need to learn machine learning and they need to know what all things. Okay, once you have learned basics of programming, these are the things. This is the job role you should aim for. So communication, of course, this is integral part of any job, that you need to know how to communicate, right? And that's why even in technical interview, they like the company would want or expect you to explain your code or explain your solution in plain English. Okay, so you have to be very good with communication. The second part is the basic libraries, whereby you should know how to do NumPy, Pandas, this, that, the one that we have covered as part of the beginning of the course. Then we have mathematics, then machine learning concepts, and so on. Right? The process is usually you have for 4 rounds of interview. This process is based on Facebook and Google, whereby there's a tech interview, there's a basic coding questions, then aptitude questions, and then there's a machine learning round, and then there's a behavioral round. So essentially, all of these parts are covered as part of our course, and that's yeah, that's part of it. So yeah, again, that's pretty much. If you guys have any questions, you can ask. Okay. I hope I was able to answer everyone's question. Most of this is already covered, so I wanted to just go over it quickly. Okay. Everyone, please fill the feedback form for me, as well as this will help us understand whether we... All right. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Have a good day, and I'm looking forward to see you guys in the course. Professor Raksha, are you around? Okay, so we'll just... Okay, so feel free to reach out to us. This course is about to start, so make sure that you enroll. You can apply using our website. Okay, and this is the page. Okay. If you have any question, please feel free to reach out. This course has been enormously successful. This is, something that was, valued highly by people. And there have been people from all across the, career options, HR, and so on. They have attended, they have been able to change their career and grow. So, all right, so feel free to reach out, and I would strongly request everybody to just apply and see if you are qualifying for the course. Okay. And yes, those who have already enrolled, great. Great that you are already part of it. My request to you is that get started with the course content in the My Courses section. That will essentially give you more confidence, because most of the things are about practice over and over. Okay. And so I think get it started. And those who already enrolled, for them, the lab access will be for longer, because the lab ends for everybody on the same date. Therefore, who enrolls early, they will have a longer access to the lab. Okay, so utilize this time, and feel free to reach out to us. And if you have any questions, do reach out to me. Okay. Thank you so much. And yeah, the general email, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the team at reach us at CloudxLab. Okay, reach us at CloudxLab. Feel free to ask any question. Okay, and thank you, everyone. Have a good day. And these are the photos of the real, the immersion that we had uh, at the immersion program we had at campus. And most of the people, somebody was asking about wireless. You see this person in the photo? He heads the telecom and wireless in one of the companies. So he's one of our students, and he was very happy with the course overall. So, Madhusudan, yeah, I think that answers your question. So this is pretty, I mean, he can give a good testimony on the overview. And yeah, thank you so much and have a good day. A question from Manish is, would we have access to IIT alumni portal? I never knew that there is an IIT alumni portal because I've never been part of it. Okay, so I think I need to sign up there. We need to figure out. Okay, but yeah, so I'm not sure that there is something called IIT alumni portal as such. Okay, thank you, Manish, and have a good day. Okay, all right. Thank you, everyone. Wonderful, you know, wonderful set of questions, and feel free to reach us at cloudxlab.com. Feel free to drop us an email at reachus@cloudxlab.com. Thank you.